Hi, welcome to FootyWit Podcast, the transfer news episode. My name is Ahis Anthony, and I've got my co-podcasters on the show. I would like them to introduce themselves. We have a debutant on the show in the name of Digwo. You can introduce yourself.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Dipo Ogun, but I like to be called Dipo for short. Yeah. First time here. I can't wait to get it rolling, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's our pleasure. Chimamaka.
Yeah, hello guys, it's me again. Another wonderful weekend of talking sports, and yes, you know how to do it. So let's key in and have a nice ride.
Okay. Though we have a few people that will join us on the podcast as well. We hope to do this podcast for just 30 minutes so that we have a match to catch. Manchester United,
Yes, so
Sevilla, Europa League
Very,
semi-final.
very important.
I'll tell you.
Yes. So basically, looking at transfer news, some transfer were done during the week. Willian, we know, took the headlines during the week. Tottenham Hotspur signed Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg from Southampton. And we have a bit of transfer news also coming in. Sancho deal. Is Man U still in the mix? Dunk is being offered 40. Is being offered 40 million from Chelsea. So I don't know. Where do we start? Let's start with Digbo, the debutant. Let's start with Manchester United.
Does Manchester United have plans? I would say yes and no. The Sancho deal has been one that has been dragging for too long, and in this era that we're in, this COVID-19 era, I was thinking players shouldn't be as expensive as they are being quoted these days. But hey, transfer plans we're dwelling too long on the Sancho deal. I think it's taking too long. Is that we put in money and get him more? We already understand that it's the British hype already. It's overpriced at over £100 million. But rumor has it that we have Douglas Costa, a cheaper option, but it's 29. Come on, I think that's way off in terms of Solskjaer's plans of rebuilding. A 29-year-old player coming to the side seems to be old. Too old, if you ask me. I think is either going for Sancho or not. They shouldn't just bring in a makeshift or a supposed cheaper option like they've been screaming. My worry again is Manchester United need to fill in a left-footed centre back. Basically, I think someone that can really partner Harry Maguire. I know that Maguire has been great, but no disrespect to Victor Lindelof and everybody. Me saying that is remember the times of Ferguson. We know we had 4 world-class centre backs, 4 world-class strikers, and also having too much players. There are a lot of games to go around. At least a team like Manchester United's caliber playing 60-65 games this season. So bringing in top-class quality players that can fill in the void when one is injured or when your form dips is not bad. I think that's what I think. And I saw the Atletico Madrid versus RB Leipzig game, and I was keenly interested in the Dayot Upamecano guy, 21.
Yeah.
But when Manchester United puts in their head, the price goes up. I don't know. I'm just hoping they get in the centre back, left back, someone to help Bruno Fernandes. That would be hard because you can't bring a world-class player to be backup to an already existing world-class player. I wouldn't want to come to the Manchester United side and be sitting down for Bruno Fernandes when I can start for Chelsea or Arsenal and the likes. But I know with time Bruno Fernandes will wear out. He's even wearing out, if you ask me. Last 4 or 5 games, I don't think he's been top notch.
Yeah, because of the number of games.
Exactly. Yeah. So he needs someone to come in or maybe they can alternate himself and Pogba. But hey, they both must play. They earn big money. They have to be fielded.
But it seems the Sancho deal seems to be overshadowing other deals because we've not heard
exactly
much about other deals. So is it just what Manchester United are looking at? Just the Sancho deal? There are no other deals to fill in the space, like you mentioned, a left A left
left
centre
back.
back that can play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there no other deals? Are there no names in the offing?
I think the situation right now, they would like to get the tougher deal done first. As we know, we are going to spend about £100 million to get in Sancho. Now, probably the most expensive buy in Europe this transfer window. But he needs to. He has social. He needs to bring in more players into the fray, and he has to act right, because act right and act fast. Yes, October. You might think October is 2 months away, but before you know it, the new season starts. Players need to come in, gel and blend. I think there should be deals going on, but with Manchester United, there's nothing that is done under the sun. The thing we do is always out there. If you want to buy, there's no coded way of signing players with Manchester United anymore. Once you make a phone call, is this guy available the next morning? Everybody's hearing that Manchester United in Dunk, Manchester United in this and that. So I think yes, the Sancho deal is overshadowing other businesses that should be done, and the earlier we get it done or let it go, the better for the team, basically.
There was a supposed August 10 deadline. I think we passed deadline 6 days after, but I'm so surprised the deal is still on. In transfer market, anything can happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, so with the deadline Dortmund were giving, I'm like, come on, once the money comes in, you guys are here for the money. Yeah. So let's go to Chimamaka, the Chelsea fan. You lost one player. Lampard is looking at bolstering the defense, because that seems to be the weaker link of Chelsea's game at the moment. He's trying to see what he can do. So Chimamaka, fill us in with Chelsea transfer news before we now come and talk about other stories.
Yeah, with Chelsea news, we have so much in the pipeline. Why? Because we've not brought them in. As it stands, we are all aware of the Kai Havertz deal, which actually is the pointer in Chelsea Football Club, which is actually allowing other transfers not to take place, because it's more like they're basing our transfers on his deal first. Meanwhile, on other fronts, we realize we have several options on the left back. We have several options on the left, on the centre back as well, and also in the goalkeeping role. We have guys there in line. As regards left back, we have Sergio Reguilon, who's on loan from Real Madrid to Sevilla, who comes very cheap at 25 million euros. It's a very good deal for Chelsea if they can get the guy. And he was actually voted La Liga left back of the season, which is also a good one. He's up and doing. He's fast on his attack. He's sharp on his defense. He's quick. So we need guys like that who actually, in my own opinion, he will be a very, very good buy, which is actually also very cheap. But with our manager Frank Lampard, he has, I don't know what he has. I've asked that question several times to many of my friends in the UK. What Frank Lampard's love for Ben Chilwell is. We have watched Ben Chilwell. To me, a Leighton Baines who is playing in or a Dean playing in Everton, actually, in my opinion, is way better. But I don't know why what Lampard sees in him. Well, he's the gaffer, so he knows better. He knows what he sees in Ben Chilwell. As it stands with Ben Chilwell, I am aware that there is a deal in place for Ben Chilwell going for close to about 65 million. And as it stands presently, we have gotten to at least 70% of that deal, and it's looking like it's going to come through. Then another one again with our chief negotiator, Marina Granovskaya, is also running one with Sergio Reguilon, who is also another alternative, and a cheap alternative this time. I realized that in the whole of the transfer regarding the left back position, where Chelsea is stalling is on EPL experience. Let's not forget that it's actually very key. Not every player comes from outside and is seated well in EPL in the first season.
True.
So that's why I see Frank Lampard actually thinking of sticking with and paying that hefty amount, which is worth it for Ben Chilwell. He's my gaffer. What he wants, I want. So
definitely
that for the left back position, well, I think we're looking at Ben Chilwell eventually coming in. Then as regards centre back, we have several options. But now we are also looking at a cheaper option the best bet for Chelsea would have been to go for Atletico Madrid's Jimenez, who actually is very good and has very solid this season. But he comes at 109 million euros. That is outrageous in this period that we are in. Well, we have an option of Dunk coming from Brighton, who is actually a Chelsea fan and will cost between 40 and 45 million pounds to get a 28-year-old centre back, a British centre back. Well, I don't know what Frank Lampard's love for the British guys is. If he's trying to walk past the fair play rule and the likes, well, it works for him. But in my own opinion, Dunk will come in and sign 5 years, and after 2 years, he's done. He's an English player. We know what English players do.
I wanted to ask you that though. That Dunk, there's some kind of players they fit well with all due respect to the other teams, the APL, the mid-table teams. That is where you see the best out of them. But when you bring them to the bigger team, they just tend to fade away.
Yeah, you
and
understand.
I hope this Dunk deal is not going to be like that, or this deal transfer. Chelsea signing Dunk. I hope Dunk couldn't just come and fade away.
I hope that is not going to happen. I pray. In fact, I've added prayers to this. I hope it's not going to happen, because if you check the pedigree of English defenders, especially central defenders, since the time of Rio Ferdinand and John Terry, their own regime, their own time, it is difficult to get a very solid central defender who lasts 31, 32 years in England. So I realized other guys from other parts of Europe actually form this formidable force in defense even after age 30, like the likes of Ivanovic. Some people don't look at that guy, but that guy is solid. He captained Zenit to winning their Russian league this season at age 35.
Yeah, that guy is old.
I don't know if you understand, but for English defenders at age 30 and co, you start hearing knocks here, hamstring here, groin here, and that is very typical with English defenders. Well,
you don't expect much from people that are taught football. They already were taught football.
Exactly.
It's not inbuilt.
It's not inbuilt. They are taught football. Well, as I said earlier, if my gaffer wants him, I also want him.
He have a choice.
Yeah, exactly. He sees better than what I am seeing. So that's with central defense. Then with the goalkeeping, that has been a very big tussle. We are looking to offload 72 million and bring in somebody less than 40 million. So I'll be very frank with you. Chelsea have not made headway with that goalkeeping position, because I've monitored transfer, especially with the goalkeeping role this season, more than I've done in all my close to about 20 years of being a Chelsea fan on goalkeeping, and we are not getting anywhere yet. We are trying to get Onana, giving him hopes that we are going to get him. At the end, we are looking at Nick Pope, we are looking at Jordan Henderson, we are looking at we have more than 7 goalkeepers in the market.
I think Oblak too is in there too. Oblak.
Let's be real. Let's be realistic.
Oblak will be crazy expensive though.
Will Chelsea shell out 110 million euros to get a goalkeeper again?
Nah.
And let's not forget that. by summer, Oblak is going to be 28. So is it value for money? Yes, goalkeepers have longer spans.
Yeah. Remember the age well.
Yeah, exactly. They age well, and it's like some of them are good with age. They get better with age, so we can't see what is going to happen. So as it stands, I think Frank Lampard looking for young players, young defenders. Well, for now, for the goalkeeping role, we have like 5 people, so I cannot say which of them is which. But I think he's sticking with he's trying to work with an English goalkeeper. Who the goalkeeper is, we don't yet know. Henderson, Nick Pope. In fact, Ben Foster came into limelight some 2 days ago. That's Ben Foster of Watford, 33 years old. So let's understand. It's not.
But the issue of Henderson from Sheffield United, he's contracted to Manchester United, right?
It's going to be hard, It's going to be hard getting him out.
That's going to be difficult, yeah. It will.
It's actually difficult.
the issue with Henderson really is he won't want to come back to Manchester United because we'll probably still play second fiddle to De Gea.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so but if the value for money is up there, then I'm sure Manchester United will do business. But I think it would be foolhardy to let Dean Henderson leave. Someone that was in contention for the season up until Corona came in. So it's
yes.
But I think Solskjaer would frustrate the effort of Chelsea getting Henderson. I don't think he wanted to go. Worst case, he will assure him of the number one spot in the team.
In that case, I would see it being a tussle between the goalkeeper and the club. Why? Because Dean Henderson is trying to stake a name for himself. Don't forget, Euro is around the corner. Every English young defender wants to stake their name, and we saw this season. Henderson and Nick Pope were extraordinary. So they want to send. They want to replace this Everton goalkeeper in national team. They are all looking to get first team football. Yeah, Jordan Pickford. They are working their ass out to get first team football. And let's not forget, in England as it stands, Gareth Southgate is ready to ask anybody out. He's ready to ask anybody. If you're not good, he's going to. And I'm seeing it coming that Pickford is going to sit on the bench very soon because there is competition for that spot.
Yeah, he has to even say that for Pope and Henderson, they had a wonderful season. Like you said, and we expect them to keep up that form up until 2021 when the Euros come in. So I think Pickford should just forget it. Only if Everton wins the league next season, and it keeps like 20.
I don't see him there.
So let's just move on to the other team in London. We mentioned Tottenham signing Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg from Southampton. Do we see that deal as a real deal? Is that a real deal? Is that the kind of player that will fit into Tottenham's structure?
If you look at Hojbjerg and see what he has played in Southampton in the past few seasons, you realize that if you understand Jose Mourinho's kind of players, he actually fits into such kind of players. He is physical. Mourinho works with physically intelligent players, and Hojbjerg fits into that category. Yes, he might not have had the best of what he wanted in Southampton, but I believe with a gaffer like Jose Mourinho, he can bring out the best in him. And let's not forget that the influence at which Hojbjerg is getting into Tottenham is for the love of the manager. So when the manager loves you, I see it as you paying that back to the manager. That is giving out your best. So I see him doing well with a Jose Mourinho team. He will sit well in the center of midfield and wreak some serious havoc. So it's a good buy for them.
Dickball, your take?
Oh, well, I'll slightly disagree. Yeah, maybe good. It was good with Southampton. I think just to make up numbers at Tottenham is like a replacement for one of the already established players in that squad. He's a good player, no doubt. But like we said about Lewis Dunk, there are some players that are really made for lower level sides. And I hope Hojbjerg won't be one of those players, but walking straight into that sports team, I think it will be much of a challenge. It will be hard for him to break into that sport almost immediately.
No, he doesn't have a guarantee. He doesn't have a guarantee there. If we think Hojbjerg is a fighter, those are guys that Mourinho likes.
No doubt. You
understand?
He's a type of player, no doubt. But at the end of the day, he had these types in other teams that usually they fall out at the end of the day. So I think time will tell, basically.
Okay, I was about to ask you a question.
In terms of the finances, it was a good buy.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
Good. It's a good buy. But in terms of ability, that guy, I believe, I'm looking at it on the footballing side. If you look at a Tottenham squad, would you ever still believe that Musa Sissoko will still get a starting berth in that team?
Well,
I don't know if you understand. So understand this kind of players. He's a player built in that kind of frame who is ready to fight his way into anything. I don't know if you understand that. So I feel
totally get you.
Yeah. Okay.
So with Hojbjerg, whatever happens to Ndombele? Because Ndombele, we saw before during the lockdown, while we're about to resume, we saw Mourinho doing personal training with him. So is it over for Ndombele?
It's been over a long time ago.
So. It's been over, yeah, exactly. As a forgot conclusion.
It's been over a long time ago.
Okay, well, we hope it's a real deal and not a rip-off for Tottenham. So going straight to the rivals, Arsenal. I'll just leave this for you guys to analyze this. I'm not going to comment so they don't say I'm being sentimental. Okay. Willian, obviously we know why you want to talk about it because he left Chelsea.
No, not that.
So looking at the deal for Willian, a 32-year-old, it was 32 August 9, signing 3 years with Arsenal. Arteta had really bigged him up. Arteta really wants him to be part of his team and part of his setup. Like you said, when you mentioned if the gaffer wants him, then who are we, the fans, not to support? But I want your take on this. Maybe Diko should start first.
Sorry.
Willian.
Okay.
Willian. Yeah. Is it a real deal for Arsenal or another ripoff?
It depends.
Because I know. Sorry. Let me just to add this because I know the signing divides the opinion of Arsenal fans.
Yes.
They have divided opinion on it already, but it's good to hear from another fan of another team in the same EPL. So, how do you see the deal? Is it a ripoff or real deal for Arsenal?
Okay, first is first. I wasn't so sure how much he will be earning per week. I was earning 100k. I was earning 250k. So please help me clear that out first before I now know if it's.
Chimamaka was doing the breakdown before we came live. So Chimamaka should just help us with that.
His breakdown is his take home is 120, which is what he was actually earning at Chelsea. But because of other clauses attached to the deal, is what is going to sum it up to a total of 220, which involved appearances in the EPL, not amount of goals because he wouldn't deliver 15 goals per season. It's not a Willian kind of player. So it has to do with appearances and his contribution to the team. Now it's very difficult to get deals that involve assists, but with Willian he has that on plate. He was actually favored in that regard. Edu did a very wonderful job by securing that bag because I realized he's going to be retiring very well. But aside the retirement plan, Willian is a good player. Willian has team efforts to deliver. That I know. Willian will give you 10 goals. He doesn't guarantee 10 goals in a season, but Willian has some massive work rate he adds to a team. Willian at 32 already. Football, we know anytime from 30, man, you are already phasing out. But
it's strange to find a Brazilian that's at that age
still willing to go and go that extra all out. Yeah. No, it's a good deal for them. It's a good deal for them. It's a good deal.
I think Arsenal, and it's not so expensive. Was on a free basically. He's 32, like we said. He has about 2 years at minimum. Arteta knows what he wants, and it must have been a cheaper option compared to what the other guys that might have been options would be. Now, my worry is where does it go? Is it going to be a star? Is it going to be one that gets into the game and gets into the team right off? Who's going to suffer for him when the season comes in? I think Wayne with this, like you said, Wayne is good with set pieces. He can bend in free kicks. His penalties are lovely and all. Good deal fast and my worry is, will he be a regular? Will he be able to rack up that £220,000 at the end of the day?
Well, I think that £220,000 seems to be the issue concerning this Willian deal.
Yeah, actually, it's a call for concern at 32. Let's be frank with ourselves.
Yeah, because really, at first I was telling Chimamaka before we came on live. I was saying, okay, because at first when I heard the news on Thursday or Friday, I wasn't cool with it. I was, as an Arsenal fan, I was like, why? We're building for the future. Why are you signing a 32-year-old? Why are you signing a Chelsea leftover? Because there's this battle between there's this bromance between Chelsea and Arsenal.
And Arsenal, yeah.
has never worked well for Arsenal. Looking at past record,
True that.
Gallas,
No, it has
Gallas.
Luis.
it has worked.
Check,
It has
no,
worked.
Lewis. No, Lewis. I think it's only Lewis that has worked out because
Check.
check
What? Check.
out the other two. Check didn't really. Well, it's a bit here and there, but
He did well. He did well. He
No,
did well.
but
You
you
guys
will-
have, Arsenal during that period before Czech came has always had a goalkeeping issue, and he came in and he had to stand in that position for the about 3 years he spent there. So
yeah,
the way you're looking at it now, you are seeing it from an angle of retirement plan. Now,
obviously that's what it looks like.
on the
That's what
footballing
it looks
aspect,
like.
did he fit in? Yes, he did. I don't know if you get that. Now, with Chelsea, with Chelsea and Arsenal, well, Arsenal players come to Chelsea, come and rack up trophies, which we are going to definitely deliver to you.
Yes,
While Chelsea
but
guys go
I,
there to go and retire.
I think Chelsea had benefited from this bromance between both clubs in terms of transfer deals. We saw Ashley Cole going there, winning trophies, going to win the Champions League and all that. And so Champions League,
Ashley Cole won the Champions League. He won the Premier League. He won the Champions League. He won the Europa League.
So Arsenal, Lewis, if not for Arteta that came in, that brought out the best, we saw where Lewis was heading. Lewis was heading for. He was heading for destruction. Thank God to Arteta, he came in. Like you said, we'll trust the gaffer. We'll trust him for whatever decision he wants to make. We'll see. We don't know what his plans are. We don't know what he's going to do with Willian, but we all just have to fold our hands and see. And we hear about the whole restructuring happening in Arsenal, sending away Raul Saleri. Arteta now being given power and having a say when it comes to transfers. So we just hope. And just to say in time, we need to go over to Manchester City. We saw what happened to them over 2 days ago in the Champions League.
It sounded like good news from the red side of Manchester, right?
Obviously, and Guardiola is in the news based on all the transfers he has made. Yes, he has won trophies, but I just want us to look at it on FootyWit podcast latest on transfer news. Guardiola, is it like Chibuzo would say? Chibuzo just joins us on the podcast. He came, he went back, now has joined us. As Chibuzo would ask, is Guardiola being spoiled? Because we saw what I know Chimamaka is waiting.
I've been waiting for this a long time ago.
Because we see what he has been able to achieve at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, domestically, but in Europe he has really found it difficult to go the extra mile. He has been jinxed, always been knocked out. The highest he's gotten to is the quarterfinal. And we know how much he has spent in Manchester City on their defense, £405 million. And still, Guardiola cannot boast of a steady backline. A case in point, Liverpool. Liverpool has Van Dijk. Klopp can call on Van Dijk anytime, any day. Looking at Manchester United as well, with what Ole is trying to do, Maguire is steadying. We know.
All right.
No, the stats are there. Manchester United last season considered a whole lot of goals, but Maguire has come in. They considered less goal. The goals they considered this past season, was lesser than what they considered 2 seasons ago. So that's a step forward. We can see what Ole is trying to do with Maguire. We can see what Chelsea. Who is Lampard? What's Lampard trying to do?
Lampard is not doing it yet. You don't have a central defender yet.
No.
So who can we call with Manchester? Who can we call with Guardiola? What defender? Ever since Company left, that was it. Nothing else.
So what do you think? Well, so it's good down now.
Thank
that
you for coming late.
It's good now that you're fine-tuning your points. You're fine-tuning your points now to it being about the defense, which is a better argument than trying to crucify him for not winning the Champions League. So I think the Champions League is something that people win once in a lifetime, or maybe twice or thrice. I know, but it's not something you plan. You need to sell your soul for. You understand? So I think someone made a comment that the only person that makes the semi-finals of Champions League or the Champions League, so much that he has to sell his soul for it is Pep Guardiola. But for you, I think it's been a colossal failure spending that amount of money.
Four hundred and five
And
million
I'm still
pounds.
having issues because yesterday we saw it play out yesterday against Lyon, and I mean,
Sorry, hold on. Sorry, Chibuzo. Is Dipo back?
yeah, Dikwa is
He's
back.
back.
It's
Yeah,
frozen. Okay, you're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chibuzo, you can continue.
there's nothing to defend here. There is really nothing to defend. Like it can't be, it can't, it's indefensible because man, you spent more money than some countries have spent on their on their military
Yeah,
National
plan.
defense
military.
system.
And the so people who is so called they are so called farmers league are trashing you 3-1. Like yesterday was just testament to the colossal failure in defense projects that
Man City has
Man
Pep.
City has embarked on. And yeah, well, you can say some people can be arguing, yeah, well, you can't say how a player will turn out. You can say, oh, but you keep spending and spending, outspending everybody. So there should be no hiding place right now when it comes to the judging the matter. You understand? They say yes, the best form of attack is defense, but also you need to have a good defense. You cannot have a porous defense and win anything. I'm telling you, because if you score 7 goals, your opponent will score 8 goals, and football is about highest goal, guy who has the highest goals. So for me, man, see, there's no other way. If he had won this Champions League, we would have given him an excuse
Yeah.
at least. But based on yesterday's scoreline it wasn't a 2-1, 3-2 kind of game. It was a 3-1 thrashing,
Mhm.
3-1 thrashing. The last 2 goals were just I don't know how
Defensive
to explain.
wonders.
Yeah.
Colossal mistakes.
Exactly.
Deep defensive errors that even when Nigerian's defense was very bad, they were not even making those kind of defense
Are
errors.
you serious?
You
Really? I
understand?
did not
So
see that.
it's a fail for me. I'm serious. I'm serious. Has gotten to that. I might be exaggerating, but there's even truth in what I'm saying. It's so-called farmers league. How much does Musa Dembele earn? How much does DP earn? How much do those guys? And there was a guy yesterday that is playing the second UEFA Champions League match. I can't remember his name. He's white. He played his second UEFA Champions League match yesterday. You understand? So man, it's just I don't know. Maybe probably just give him one more season. Let's see what happens. You understand? But to me, he has overspent. He has overspent on that defense alone. No. He is among you.
400 and
You get.
405 million pounds.
Yeah,
Chimamaka.
This.
yeah. I have so much to say in that regard. Well, Pep Guardiola has done the only place he has a very wonderful record in Champions League was his days in Barcelona. He was given that 3 years in Bayern and he couldn't do that. He has come to Manchester City and he's doing his, I think this is his 4th year or so. Next season will become his 4th year.
Yeah.
So, and if in 3 years, because if you realize managers and their signings, managers only sign 3 years.
Yeah.
So, and you are expected to deliver in 3 years. Now, in 3 years, he has not done it. But the bad thing about Guardiola now is this: he has not gone beyond the quarterfinal stage. If you look at it, let's aside from analyzing the team, Guardiola has not left the quarterfinal stage. It is bad. If you are defining terrible, then that is terrible for somebody of his caliber. That is for Guardiola. Now he has
Seems to
every
be having
amount.
network issues, just coming in and
Yeah,
coming out. But we can continue. Yeah, we can continue.
yeah. Guardiola has had the highest amount spent on defenders in the entire EPL in
Mm-hmm.
in a short space of time for defense alone. 405 million euros is a team's 4-year budget for recruitment, and you had that on only your defense. And that they've been in shambles. For now, normally by this time last season, we would have been making excuses for Guardiola. But for this season, I'm sorry, there are no excuses any longer. We saw the game. We can't make any excuse for him any longer. He has. I would say yes. As regards European football, he has been a blatant failure, and that's the truth. And that's the truth. I felt okay when it became 1-1. I felt something was going to happen. But at the end of the whole thing, I analyzed the match. I went back and watched some replays again, and I was like, "This is not Manchester City that is planning to win the Champions League." Let's not forget, a week before this match, or some few days before this match, the whole world had tipped Manchester City to have a smooth ride on this game.
A smooth ride based on the way at which they'll have to. Yes. So Dipo, you're saying, Dipo.
This has been the best chance of winning the Champions League. Apparently, we like in my group I'm in, we call Guardiola Fraudiola now. It's not.
Dipo will find it difficult. Oh, it's gone. I think he's having a bit of network issue. Yeah, his network is so bad over there. But Manchester United they should have started their match against Sevilla, the semi-final match against Sevilla. I think Dipo is back. Let's just see. Okay, it's better now. Yes, we can hear you now, Dipo.
I'm saying I think it's 960 million euros. I know he's spent with Manchester City. Since he's the backup owner, which is enough to fund some other nations' education budget, a military budget, and a lot of other things to make a country thrive. And it's too much excuses and make Guardiola. I think it's fraud. I don't know. This was his best chance to have won the Champions League and Olympic Lyon. He doesn't have an excuse. Basically, they should just his time is up at Man City. Basically, I don't care if he brings in the United Nations for the new season. I think he should reevaluate his options and get a new job or something.
Oh, too bad. So moving from Guardiola, I think we just have to dedicate an episode to discuss this Guardiola issue because I know Chimamaka has a lot to say, and I have a lot to say as well.
Oh, God.
But there's latest news that came in. Pogba has to discuss his future with Manchester United. Dipo is back. I think Chibuzo can help us with that.
Pogba.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
I think he has.
I don't know.
Yeah, he has a year left on his contract, right? He has a year.
He has a year left. So yes, they should have. Yes, so it's a good thing to do. So let's know if he's staying after the contract ends. Let's know if he's leaving. You understand? So that the team can have. It's a good thing. Probably some people will just keep quiet till the end of the contract or close to the end of the contract and then hold the club to ransom. But yeah. I think he's doing it in good faith, despite all the things that happened with Mourinho and all that. So him coming up now to open up discussions and talk is a good thing. It's really a good thing. And yeah, well, some people would say he wants to get more money and all that, but then it shows that there's open communication, two-way communication between the club, and it can only get better on two. It's a win-win. It's either he's staying or he's leaving, and then we know we have 1 year to look for someone to replace him. You understand? So I think it's a good development. It's to me, I think it's a very good development to open talks early enough before the contract expires.
Okay, I think to our listeners, we need to apologize for the sound quality coming from Diko's end. I think he has network issues, data issues in this part of the world, Nigeria. This is what we battle with. So, like our listeners or people watching this vidcast to just bear with us. it happened to Dikwa today. It could happen to us tomorrow. You know, the thing alternates. So we just to round off the transfer news episode for today. There's something I like to do. We all have our teams that we represent: Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United. Maybe if Dikwa can come back and join us. I like to do this. What player do you dislike most in your team that has left your team? Yeah, we have Dikwa back. So just to round off,
Oh,
I just want to do like Dikwa is back. So I just want to do more like what do you call it? A game or just a question. What player has left your team and has gone on to another team in the same premiership that you dislike the most? That whenever they call the player's name, you'll be like, no, 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 I don't want to hear anything about this player. So let me just fill you guys in. I mean, I have a couple. I have a lot. I have
wow.
Nasri. I have Van Persie. So
Okay.
let me just stop there. So for me, whenever I hear those guys, Nasri, Van Persie, I love them as footballers, the kind of quality they bring into any team. But I'll be like, no, 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 don't mention that name. I don't want to hear. So I'd like you guys to just, let's just say that. Let's start from Deepo, the debutant.
I don't think I have to.
You don't have Deepo, do you?
I do. Carlos Tevez.
Carlos Tevez.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, obviously, he went to Manchester City.
Yeah.
Chimamaka.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll accept Schmeichel to the lower side. So
The Schmeichel went to, I think, sorry, Chimamaka. Schmeichel went to West Ham or Aston Villa, sorry.
Man City.
Okay.
Man City.
Okay.
Man City. Oh. Well, personally, I don't have any. I've not actually. Any player is going to leave Chelsea. Is going to leave Chelsea on their own free will. But one that was hot about, I don't dislike and I don't hate. One that happened like 3 seasons back or 4 seasons back was when I saw Frank Lampard donning the jersey of Manchester City, and he scored against Chelsea in that game. Yes, I don't dislike him. I'm happy for him. He's my present gaffer. I don't have anything against him, but for the fact that I saw him in another club's jersey, and again he scored, I can't forgive that day. No. It's not done.
It happens.
Guys.
Chibus, have you remembered any?
Guys. These guys, they are working now. You want to leave your company and go to another company? Calm down now.
No, but
then I think also it's more. It should be more about the conditions. It should be more about the conditions with which they left. You understand? It should be today. I'm talking about Luis Figo going to Real Madrid, and this backstory behind it that a lot of people don't know about. How Luis Figo was deceived, was practically deceived, left alone, abandoned, and he had no choice than to go to Real Madrid. You understand? So for me, I didn't have anybody really, because actually for Man U, I think most times we completely use our players before we allow them to go. It's something that, except the player is very, very useless, and then we'll allow him to go, you understand? But Dikwa brought Tevez to my mind, man. It was painful. Like, Tevez will play against Man City, Tevez will be showing us Pepe. I don't understand. Like, guy, calm down now. It was just that was when our problems with Man City started. When he went there, they were just doing us anyhow. You understand?
Wow.
So
And he played
I think the guy scattered us. Anytime he's playing against Man U, the guy will just carry extra chakra to come and play against Man U. Can't you? Nothing.
Oh, sorry guys, I remembered one more person, Adebayo. Oh jeez.
That good celebration, yeah.
Yeah. I remember Adebayo. Which Arsenal fan will not remember Adebayo? Forget Adebayo.
But in the case of Arsenal have so many. So I believe it's an Arsenal problem, not the player problem. Sure, you get, because if someone like me, I didn't remember any player, and actually the player I even mentioned it's not as a result of because he left this. No, he had a completed contract. We had used the best part of Lampard.
Yeah,
So it's a very big
Lampard
thing.
stayed.
So that's why I'm not bitter. But in the case of Arsenal don't know how to tie a player down and make him happy. And it has gone down over years. Nasri is there, Adiba is there, Kolo Toure is there. You didn't mention that. Van Persie is there. There are too many. There are too many. So
Fabregas.
I believe it's an Arsenal problem. Fabregas is an Arsenal problem. It's an Alexander Leb. You remember Alexander Leb was there too. There are so many players. There are too many.
True.
There are too many. So it's an Arsenal problem. I don't think it's a player problem.
I think that's what makes football interesting. That's what makes
football
interesting.
I agree.
Yeah, nobody stays. That's why I have issues with Messi up until now. You don't just sit in one club for years and you just sit and you don't move and you don't go anywhere. But it's nice doing this. I think Chibuzo left us. Chibuzo stepped out. It's not part of the suit, but it's good. It's good. We apologize for the quality, the sound quality. We just have to apologize to our listeners because of this is what we suffer here in the part of the country. Data is the issue we have here in Nigeria. Data is the issue we have here in Nigeria. So it's nice doing this with you guys. We hope to do this more. The transfer news episode on FootyWit podcast. Big Boy, is nice having you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Nice to meet you, Chimamaka. Yeah, I got that right. Yes.
So, parting shots. Big Boy.
Well, Manchester United has scored. That's all I can say. I don't know. Penalty by Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno
as usual.
Fernandes.
Yeah. Chimamaka.
All right, guys. It's wonderful having this today, and let's all be safe and let's enjoy football.
Exactly.
Football is life. Have a wonderful week, man.
Yeah. Football is life. So it's good we allow Dipo to go watch his Manchester United game against Sevilla. It's FootyWit Podcast Transfer News episode. We're on social media platform, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can watch this episode on YouTube as well. So we thank you for having you guys. Peace out and have a nice week.
Cheers, guys.